looks like we got a pretty good goal scoring opportunity here. The defenders are out of net and we got an open net. Well, that's alright. We still got the rebound opportunity. Well, maybe not, but at least we're getting back on defense here. We should be able to stop any attack that's coming. Should be a pretty straightforward save here. We should be able to get up for this. Well, maybe not. This guy here doing the nosedive of shame is me at the beginning of season 13. Just 3 days after placing in the gold to plat range for the third season in a row, me and my buddy hopped straight back into the rank grind and try to climb out of the depths once again. Without any preseason practice or training, we hopped back into the most crowded rank range in Rocket League, which consists of nearly 70% of the player base, in hopes of finally making it out. Today, I decided to start a series dedicated to the 70% of Rocket League players in the silver to plat ranks and offer some support. I've spent the majority of my nearly 1,000 hours in Rocket League in the silver to plat range until last season when I finally broke out. I wanted to give a guide on how I was able to get out of the 70% and the things I'm going to continue to do in order to get to the 1% Grand Champion. In order to escape the ranks that casual Rocket League players live in, I had to start pinpointing the things that players in higher ranks could do that I could not, which means I had to find the biggest flaws in my game. This led me to hiring multiple coaches in order to receive a few different viewpoints from people who are much better at the game than I am. I also started analyzing my own replays and finding out what was preventing me from being the best player on the field. Eventually, after the coaching sessions, replay reviews, and research on YouTube, I was able to compile a list of the things that I need to do and still need to continue doing in order to become a better player. What I want to focus on today is, in my opinion, the most important thing on this list, which is ground play. When I say ground play, I am referring to the situations in which you have the ball on the ground in your possession. This is where everything starts. From here you can start an attack, make a pass, dribble, flick, fake, transition into an aerial attack off the wall. The possibilities are endless. If you would have asked me at the beginning of last season what my strengths and weaknesses were, I would have said I'm good in the air but I suck on the ground, which is somewhat true, but I sucked in the air too. The biggest difference was my confidence. I practiced aerials every day because they were flashy and made you look good, but without a solid foundation I was being outpaced and flat out beat on the ground. I have probably close to 500 hours in gold and platinum combined, and I've seen more people score double taps and flip resets than solid flicks, which is great, but the reason for these players being stuck in the lower ranks is glaringly obvious. They tried to walk before they learned to crawl, or more specifically, learned to flip reset before learning solid dribble mechanics. I noticed similar flaws in my game and had a strong desire to rank up, so I began looking for ways to fix it. One of the first coaches I hired in Rocket League almost immediately told me, "Dude, your dribbling sucks," which I very much agreed with. The problem was, his advice on how to get better at dribbling was go grind free play, and if you're anything like me, I get distracted very easily in free play and I can't stay on task. So I went into custom training and made a very basic dribbling training pack that taught me how to start and dribble and transition into an attack. This pack also allowed me to practice flick at the end of my dribbles, making my attacking ability that much more lethal. The code for this pack is on screen as well as in the description, so if you're struggling with dribbling, be sure to try this pack out. I had a few of my friends try this pack out for themselves and they noticed improvement very quickly. The best way to see improvement from this pack is to treat it like you want to start a dribble and finish with a flick. The important things to focus on are, first of all, getting a light touch that allows you to maintain possession and get under the ball. When you are practicing keeping the ball on top of your car, at first it helps to pay attention to the white circle underneath the ball. Keeping your car centered in the circle while maintaining subtle adjustments will help you keep the ball up. Try avoiding jerking motions or overcorrecting, because this will lead to the ball falling off of your car. Once you get more comfortable, you will be able to look away from that white circle and pay attention to the field in front of you to see where defenders are and to see where you need to go in order to score. When it comes to flicks, there's no simple trick that will immediately make you musty, but I have learned a few things that have greatly improved my ability to hit solid flicks. The biggest thing to note is that if you cannot dribble, you won't be able to flick, so start off by just dribbling the ball straight into the goal. Once you're comfortable, starting a flick is easiest if you hold the jump button on your first jump, which helps the ball stick to your car when you're in the air. This solved my problem of air flicking, or that annoying thing that happens when you just flip under the ball. After the first jump, it's just a matter of aiming and using your second dodge to get the most possible power on your flick. The best way to learn how to do this is to practice it. It is also important to note that flicks are the most effective when the ball is near the hood of your car. Now, I know I said that I'm not a huge fan of free play when it comes to practicing dribbling, but unfortunately, if you really want to home in on your dribbling abilities, free play is a good place to practice, as long as you know how to practice and stay on task. Whenever you get into free play, the easiest way to start a dribble is to simply drive up behind the ball and pop it up. This way it'll pop up and you can get underneath it, and you can transition into an attack right in front of the goal and practice your flicks. If you happen to be on PC, then I'm sure you've heard of Bacchus Mod. Bacchus Mod has plugins that allow you to change how you train. There's a plugin specifically that allows you to press right on your D-pad and make the ball roll at you at a slow pace, which allows you to start a dribble or a bounce dribble fairly easily. Bounce dribbles are also a good thing to practice in free play because it's hard to find a good training pack for bounce dribbles. So whenever you get into free play, roll the ball towards yourself, start bouncing it, and work on attacking off the bounce dribble. If you're on PC, another great tool to use to help you learn how to dribble are workshop maps. Workshop maps are an invaluable asset that help you become better at dribbling. One of the best packs by far to work on dribbling mechanics is Dribble 2 Overhaul. It's a very challenging workshop map that allows you to practice every aspect of dribbling, including flicks. Dribble 2 Overhaul provides a lot of really awkward situations which you wouldn't encounter in a game, but it's very useful because if you ever do come across a situation in a game where you have to turn suddenly or make a quick flick, Dribble 2 Overhaul has you prepared for those situations. I don't want to end the video about the importance of dribbling mechanics by just telling you to take my word for it. For people in silver to platinum range, this skill will help you take your game to the next level, and I want to prove it. I challenged one of my friends who is a gold 1 player to a 1v1, in which I was not allowed to leave the ground. I focused strictly on dribbling and flicks and allowed him to play his normal game. This way I can highlight all of the skills that I've been talking about today. And last but not least, I just wanted to thank everybody for watching the video today. This was my first YouTube video, so I hope you liked it. If you did like it, please give it a like. It's going to help me out a lot. I stream on Mixer every day. My link's going to be in the description and on the screen right now, so if you guys want to come check it out live, come watch me record some of these videos, come be in some of the videos, come drop by my Mixer. I've got a few more plans for some new videos coming up in the next couple weeks. I'm going to be doing 5 different flicks pretty soon in these online games so you guys can see some of these flicks in action. So if you guys are interested in that, subscribe to the channel and check out those videos when they come out. Other than that though, again, thank you very much for checking out the channel, and I'll see you guys later.